World's fucked. But from that moment, I'm talking about from that exact moment, she took it upon herself that her only purpose on God's green earth was to keep me humble. She's failing miserably. She really is. And for the next 2 weeks leading up to the show, every day she just yappity yap in my ear. Zach, look, when you go up there, you need to act right, okay? You don't need to act like you're too good for it. You're not that fucking famous, okay? Believe me, I live with you. You're not that fucking funny, okay? Just stay humble, stay humble. These people paid hard-earned money to hear you talk about dick and shit jokes, okay? I don't understand it, but they're paying for it. 2 weeks goes by. We finally hop in the car and we're on our way to Bonne Terre, Missouri. We're on our way up there. And the whole ride, 11 hours, she's in my ear. Which is starting to piss me off because I can't hear Brantley Gilbert from the radio. But the whole fucking time she's telling me to be humble. We finally get there and I am over her shit. I am. Well, I want to go up to the hotel room, I want to lay down, I want to go over my lines. I've never done this shit before, I want to go over my lines. So I'm laying in the bed, I just about got him down and my phone rings. It's the promoter. He said, all right, Zach, I'm going to tell you how all this is going to go down. He gave me the layout of the venue. The venue was cool as shit because they had 2 entrances outside. Door here, door here. Right on the side of both doors they had like a gate that they put up for me and they rolled out the redneck red carpet. You can't tell a redneck that he's finna walk down the red carpet because our head starts to resemble a wedding dick. With every pulse that somebody just gets bigger and bigger. Immediately after he told me that, I started getting like flashes in my brain about how this shit was gonna go down. Like we was gonna pull up and there was gonna be signs out there, we love you, Zach. There's gonna be, Snapchat stories, there was gonna be titties, it was gonna be fucking great. There's never any titties in my life, ever, okay? That's why I'm single now, there wasn't enough fucking titties. We go downstairs, we get in the car, and we're on our way over there. Stop the story. You would think, for my first comedic show ever, that this janky-ass promoter would have me rolling up in like a blacked-out Tahoe in front of all these people, because everybody's outside. They won't let anybody inside. Maybe a blacked-out Tahoe, a big jacked-up Dodge like the one I got now. No. This motherfucker put me in a Ford Fletch, y'all. I am too damn big to be riding bitch in the back seat of a Ford Flex. And the whole way over there, my sister is in my ear, just Zach, be humble now, be humble. These people paid hard-earned money. She's yapping in this ear. Now, I left out one part of this story because it's not just 2 of us. I told y'all I'm riding bitch in the back of the Flex, okay? On this side is my sister. I'm in the middle. And on my right side is one of my best friends in the world. His name is Possum. Now, Possum, he's the type of person that'll get you in trouble and laugh about it when you get in trouble. So as my sister's telling me, you need to be humble, he leans over in my ear and goes, if you don't do the Stone Cold Steve Austin double beer bash, you don't have a hair on your ass. I'm going to give y'all just a minute to ponder about which one of them some bitches stuck, okay? We pulled up to the venue. It is exactly like I thought it was going to be. People made signs. We love you, Zach. Thanks for coming. I'm on Snapchat stories. People got their phones out. There is no titties at all. Ever in my life. And I love titties. I do. I love all kinds of titties. I especially like the ones that when you lay them down on the bed and something just spread. You got to grab one and be like, look at me when I'm talking to you, motherfucker. We pull up to the venue, she looks at me one more time, she goes, Zach, be humble. I said, yes ma'am. No sooner did her right ass cheek leave that damn seat right there, somehow Possum has done smuggled 2 Busch Light cans into the back of the Flex. I don't know how he fit them in there. I don't. He throws them right there where she's sitting. I'm looking at him, and I got a decision to make, y'all. God is testing me. He needs to remember one thing. I'm just a C student. I grab both of these beers and climb out of that car and the damn crowd goes crazy. And so do I. I'm jumping up and down and hollering, and I take both of them beers over my head, boom! And Busch Light starts just cascading down upon me. In retrospect, I probably should have practiced this at least one time before my first live performance. Because about 7 seconds into fulfilling a childhood fantasy of mine, being like my idol Stone Cold, I had an idea. I wanted to see if they thought I looked as cool as I felt. So I opened my eyes. Now, I don't know if any of y'all's ever poured Busch Light in y'all's eyes, but go ahead. I'll wait. That shit hurt so bad. And I am stumbling around like a newborn baby deer. And the last thing I left out of this story is, y'all got to remember one thing. I am from Woolmarket, Mississippi. If you get in Mississippi and go south, when you get to my hometown, you can't go any further south. You're going to get fucking wet, okay? It is December the 23rd in Bonne Terre, Missouri. We don't have ice where I'm from, okay? And that is the first time that these size 15 Lou Caseys have ever touched ice, and my big ass went heels to Jesus. In front of the entire congregation. I am 296 pounds of romping, stomping romance, blue twisted steel, and sex appeal, and that is the first time in my whole life that I have felt weightless. Right about the time that my heels got about level with my eyeballs, for some involuntary reason, everything went into slow motion. I am falling to my death, felt like hours. And for some reason that I cannot explain to this day, I'm reaching for shit that's not fucking there. I'm looking for God or somebody to come save me. So I find my buddy Possum, and he's lunging at me, trying to save his best friend. Keep in mind, Possum about 5'6", 110, about soaking wet. And he's never seen ice before either. He face planted right fucking there. I come down and I crash into this ice-covered asphalt. Okay, y'all think I'm bullshitting y'all. I could have killed the fucking dinosaurs again. I smash my head and I am in a daze. Finally, I don't know how long I was out for, I was able to get enough sense about me to pick my head up and I start looking around. Well, eye level with me on the ground is Possum, and he's army crawling over to me. He gets over to me. He starts patting me on the chest saying, "Zach, you okay, buddy? You all right, man? Don't even worry about that. You're a comedian now. They think that shit's part of the show. You still have to perform because we've already cashed your check, okay?" But I'm looking around, and I'm looking for my sister. I'm looking for the one person that's supposed to be hardwired to always care for me, no matter how stupid I am. This works. Let's pretend this is a very skinny version of me, okay? I'm looking around, and I'm thinking that she's fitting to be like halfway to the ambulance or something like that. No, I finally find her, and this bitch is standing here like this. Now, I'm flat back on the ground, I got my head like this. I am very vulnerable at this point. She starts walking over to me. As she gets closer, I'm thinking, okay, she's going to say something along the lines of, "Do you need anything? Are you hurt? Can you still perform? It's going to be okay." This bitch leans over to me and goes, "Are you humble yet?" I need better friends. I do. I have two friends that I would call my best friends in this world. Both of them are named after animals because I'm from Mississippi and that's how we do shit. You know Possum. The other one, Beagle. Now, Beagle is the dude that every man in here, we all have this friend. He's the one guy that he don't need a lot of information. He just needs to know what time we're leaving. That's it. If I killed somebody, the only question he's going to ask me to get rid of the body is, whose truck we taking? Every man has that friend, okay? I'll tell you how close me and Beagle are. He's the only man on this planet whose dick has been on my face and it was my idea. Do not judge me me, I have a story that goes with this, okay? It ain't that damn funny. I ain't got to the joke part yet. We are 22 years old, fresh out of college. All right? We are young, dumb, and full of cum. And we have come up with an idea that we was going on a mud cricket hunt. Now, for those of you that don't know what a mud cricket is, I know I'm a little bit above the Mason-Dixon right now. I'm going to give you a brief description. A mud cricket normally stands anywhere between 5'2" and 5'8". They got some kind of knockoff Luke Casey's on, Daisy Duke shorts, a bikini top, a knockoff down cowboy hat because they can't afford a Stetson, and some gas station sunglasses. You can know it's them because their pussy normally hangs like a wizard's sleeve, okay? They can normally be found at ATV rides or Upchurch concerts. It don't matter which one, they're there. Hazard Fest also works, all right? Well, we had an ATV park about 15 minutes from my house. It was having a big ride, and we knew there was going to be multiple herds of mud crickets up there, so we was going to go hunt. We got the bikes loaded up on the trailer, and we headed up that way. Now, me and y'all will back me up on this. We always have a plan. Shit never goes according to plan. It really don't. But we always start out with a plan. Our plan was we was going to go up there, find us a herd of mud crickets to go riding with, and we was going to meet back at the truck at 12 o'clock midnight because we got to be up early the next morning to go run catfish lines. That's how we was making our money at that time. Well, we got up there and we go to riding. We kind of slide into a herd of them and we all just riding together. We going and I got the cooler on my bike. Well, about every 10 minutes, Big would hit me in the back of the head with an empty bush light can, which meant that I was supposed to grab one and toss one back to him. About 15 minutes went by and he ain't asked for a beer, so I got worried. Turned around and looked, and he is gone, children. He is gone. I said, all right. My boy done strayed one out from the herd and hit a back road. I'm proud of him. Good big. So I just keep on riding, because like I told y'all before, there's never any damn titties in my life, ever. So I just go to ride. Well, it gets to be about 11:45, and I say, you know what? I ain't getting no pussy tonight, so I'm just going to go ahead and ease back to the truck, put my bike on the trailer, and I'll be waiting for Beagle when he gets there. Well, I did. Every man knows how to load up. Every man with a hair on y'all's nuts knows how to load up a fucking four-wheeler. It ain't that damn hard. You go up to the trailer, you gear it down in the first gear, you ease it up on there, you get your ratchet strap, you leave it in gear, cut the motor off, strap it down, ratchet it 3 times, flip the strap, and say that shit ain't going nowhere. We all fucking do that. Well, I did that, and I just went and sat on the damn tailgate. 12 o'clock hits, no Beagle. I said, well, he can last longer than I can. 12:30 hits, no Beagle. I said, that motherfucker's gonna be raw tomorrow. 1:15 hits, no Beagle. I am now a concerned parent, okay? So I hop off the damn tailgate, and I'm going around the side of the trailer because I'm fitting to have to go, unstrap my bike and go find him, but he might have got stuck in that sumbitch or something. No sooner did I walk around the passenger side of my trailer, I look off in the distance, because our trailer was directly in line with one of the main roads. And I look off in the distance and I see something. And if y'all ever seen anything in y'all's life that you know there's something wrong with that, but you ain't got a fucking clue what it is? About 400 yards away, it's coming closer. When it gets to about 300 yards, I said to myself, that's Beagle. And he's headed toward me on his four-wheeler. But he's not riding it correctly. This subbitch is sitting cross-legged Indian style on the front rack of this four-wheeler, driving with both hands behind his back, Leonard Skinner blaring him, and every bike he passed, he let off the gas just long enough to go, free bird, and get right back on. Now, we just talked about how to load up a bike on a trailer. He gets to be about where you're at, sir, from the back of the trailer. We got one issue, folks. He's doing 40. This sumbitch crashes into the back of my four-wheeler, Evel Knievel somersaults over my truck, lands on the hood, and rolls off onto the ground. In my mind, he's at least dead, okay? So I did what any best friend would do. I ran up to him and I said, you dead? He picked up his head just enough to go, you see, I'm doing too old shit! incoherent babble. He is fucking smashed. I don't even know how he got it up to fuck her. I really don't. And for some reason, on this single night, he thought it was a good idea to try out his brand new one size too small neoprene duck waders with no fucking underwear. And he is covered in what we down south like to call Mississippi gumbo mud. Mississippi gumbo mud is like AIDS or anything else in that matter. Ajax won't take that shit off. It really won't. And he's too drunk to undress himself. And I had just made my first big boy purchase with my new truck. Okay, I was an idiot. All right, I bought a brand new truck, jacked it up on 38-inch tires. Stupidest thing ever. I grew up. Thank you for my TED Talk. All right. He's laying there, and I'm like, he's not getting in my truck like this. So the only thing I could do was grab both of my hands around the waist of his neoprene waders that are now suction cupped to his body. And I start wiggling, and I keep on yelling, give me the arch! You know the arch the women give you to help you take the panties off? And he's rolling around doing damn death rolls, and he's kicking his feet at me. He is a grown-ass tot. The only thing he didn't do was piss in my fucking face. I finally got them damn waders off him. I just grabbed him by his left ankle and drove him over to the damn wash pad. I put a 50 cent in the pressure washer, and I am hosing this sumbitch off, and I got 30 foot of hose. He can roll as many times as he wants. I'm going with him. He started making some real noises when I got to that tank. Finally get him cleaned up enough, and I guess the pressure washer sobered him up enough where I could stand him up underneath my arm and head over to my truck. Now, we get to the truck, and just because he's standing, I'm holding 90% of him. He's too drunk to climb up in this truck. So I have to squat down and get his right ass cheek in this hand and Olympic shot put this motherfucker into my truck. Okay? After everything he done put me through, for some reason in his brain, it made perfect sense that his night was over with. So all the way home, he kept on trying to fall asleep. Well, every time that his head did this, I beat the fuck out of the left side of his face. He ain't falling asleep on me, nay. Somehow, in the 15 seconds that it took me to turn on my blinker and swing into my driveway, this sumbitch passed out. And I'm talking about an atomic bomb couldn't have woke him up. Keep in mind, y'all might have forgot, he is naked in my front seat. Okay? He needs to be naked in the house. But I did everything trying to wake him up. I twisted his nipples, I flicked his face, I played with his Adam's apple, I got a cold Busch Light poured on his nuts. Nothing fucking woke him up. So I finally said, you know what, it's early May in South Mississippi. It's going to be like 72 degrees tonight. He'll be fine here until morning. And he's sitting upright, so I know he's not going to choke on bomb. So I reached over there, put my 2 fingers on his neck, made sure he's still breathing. Reached a little bit further, got the seatbelt, buckled him in, safety first. And I got out the truck to head inside. I got about 3 steps from my truck, and I heard his door open. I said, thank Jesus, he's coming with me. The motherfucker undid his seatbelt, truck on 38-inch tires, face planted right there in the middle of the fucking yard. He was fine in the truck, okay? But the homeowners association is already on my ass for not weed eating around my mailbox. Now I got a naked man on my lawn. This shit ain't gonna go well. Now I grabbed him by both feet and I went to go drag him inside, and I heard him making some noises, and I guess the damn gravel in the driveway was eating that ass up. So I flipped him over, and I tried doing it that way. That didn't work either. I said, I've got to get him inside. I'm not dealing with this at the next HOA meeting. I'm really not. The only way that I could get him inside my house, and it pisses me off to this day, is I had to pick this sumbitch up like a brand new bride, carrying her through a threshold. And every step I took, his dick did this. Man, I learned something that day. I now know why women won't give us head after yard work. That shit does not smell good, men, at all, no. I made it to the front door and I just kicked that sumbitch open. Okay, I'm headed to the bathroom. I'm so mad and there's so much dick juice on my left cheek that when we made it to the bathtub, I was thinking about easing him down in there. Fuck that. I was trying to turn him into the next Stephen Hawkins. I just dropped his ass. I said, stay. And I walked past the end of the tub, hit the cold water. I'm sobering his ass up. No hot water. And I was going to take my clothes off. I made it about 3 foot outside of the bathroom and I heard something. Sounded like, Zach, buddy, a sense of calmness came over me. Because the only thing that could possibly follow that was, thanks for always having my back, man. You're my best friend. I love you. So I turned around, I went back to the bathroom and I stuck my head around it. I was still pissed off, ain't washed my face yet. I said, what, Beagle? He picked his head up enough to say, I gotta tell you something, buddy. I said, what? Please hurry. He said, I just need you to remember, I'm a grower, not a shower, bitch. From the moment that his dick touched my face, I have been plotting my revenge. This is my story. Yeah, don't throw it. I missed the shit last night. I know. Thank you.
He's offensive lineman, out of receiver.
Well, your pay is cut. Last year around, I fucking hate him. Last year around Christmas time, we decided, me and all my buddies, we was going to take a friendcation. We was going to go up to the Smoky Mountains in Gatlinburg, Tennessee. And we was going to, y'all been there? It's beautiful. It is. It's nice. We was going to go up there, rent us a big old cabin, just get drunk, hang out in the mountains for about 5 days. The only mistake we made was we brought our women with us, okay? Oh, yeah, y'all can get silent on that if you want to. Every man in here is like... We get up there and we've been at the bars drinking downtown all day, and we brought all of our women with us, and we had a badass cabin. We really did. We had one of the ones with the pool tables in it, 2 hot tubs inside. I mean, the shit was cool as fuck. It really was. Well, we finished up at the bars and we got back to the house, and all the girls wanted to go get in the hot tub. Well, men, being the testosterone-driven beings that we are, we started shooting pool with $5 a ball, just to make it interesting. Okay? Well, around the time about the second or third game, a solar eclipse happened. Not a real one, just some shit don't happen that fucking often to me. I looked over at the hot tub at the girl that I was dating at the time, and she gave me that look like, you might kind of maybe have a potential to maybe see titties tonight. I no longer gave a fuck about this 8-ball game. So I ran over there and snatched her little ass out of that hot tub, and up the damn stairs we went. All right, I'm driving this bus straight to Pound Town now. We get up there, all right? I lock the door, we draw off a little bit, still got the bathing suits on, and we get up into bed. Now, we ain't doing nothing real fun yet. We just kind of kissing and rubbing and shit. And by the way, any woman in here that ever buys a fucking bathing suit from the company called Sheen, fuck you, okay? I'm fiddle fucking with this top, trying to get a damn titty out like trying to crack the Da Vinci Code. You can't get nothing out of it. I fiddle fuck with that so much for like 6 minutes. I got half a titty out. And I'm working hard on it. I mean, I'm just finger fucking the shit out of it. I really am. And I hear something. Sounds like this. Zach! Yeah, Beagle. Hey, buddy, we going back downtown. You want to go? No. All right, man, we gone. Back down the stairs he went. Rolled back over, back to fucking work. Okay? I finally got that damn bra off, And I started playing with them. Like I said, look at me when I'm talking to you, motherfucker. Slap them around, pull them down. Some of them pop back up, some of them don't. That's all right. I just added that to the show. And we get into kissing and doing a little belly rubbing and shit like that. Nothing real serious. I'm at about half a chub at this point. And I was just fitting to grab my fingers around the edge of that damn bikini bottom like SpongeBob and just pull that son of a bitch on off. And I heard something. Sound like this. Zach! Yeah, baby! Think I left my shirt in there, buddy? Fuck! So I take the cover, throw over them damn titties, and I get out of bed. And I walk over to the door, open the door, say, get your shit and get out of here. He says, I know what you're trying to do, buddy. I'm sorry, I forgot my shirt. He grabs it, back down the stairs, he went. Well, if you think for 1 second that there's fitting to be anything between me and her and my dick other than air and opportunity after I fucked with that damn bikini top for that long, y'all be sadly mistaken. So I just went ahead and stripped down butt-ass naked and crawled back up in bed. Now, we're getting about halfway to the fun stuff. Getting in there doing real good belly rubbing. Flopping titties. That kind of shit, okay? Like y'all ain't never done that. Some of them damn women they have persuasion. Some of them bitches like the Sahara Desert when you get started. You got to give them a little help. Maybe not for y'all, for me it is. And we getting good and into it. I'm at about 3/4 chub at this point. And I hear something. Sound like this. Zach! What? Hey buddy, I think I left my pants too. Fuck! So I take the cover and throw over her ass. Now I'm butt-ass naked at 3/4 chub, so I walk to the bathroom and get me a damn towel wrapped around me, and I waddle my fat ass over to the damn door, swing it open. I said, get your shit and get the fuck out of my life. He said, damn, man, I just need my pants. She can wait. Grabs his pants, slaps me on the ass, out the damn door he went. Back down the stairs. Now, I took that towel after I locked the door. Took that towel, balled up in my hand, threw it across the room. We don't need that right now. We're going to need that in a little while. Some of y'all will get that joke, okay? And we get back in bed. And finally, thank Jesus, it started happening. And we are going at it, all right? We've been going at it for about 45 seconds. Which means I got about 25 seconds left, all right? And I hear something. Sound like this. Zach! What? Hey buddy, I think my wallet fell out of my pants. Fuck discretion at this point. I'm mad. Okay? So I pull it out of her, fuck covering her up. He can see it if he wants to. And I start walking toward the door. Now keep in mind, y'all, I am at full glory at this point. Full glory at this point, okay? I don't want to lie to y'all. Now I get to the door and I swing that sumbitch open and I say, get out of my life! He looks at me, looks down. Looks back at me, does a double take. Back at me one more time. I saw his bottom lip start to crumble. Only thing that I want to hear right now is, I don't really need my wallet. But that's not what came out. What came out was, no! Boom! And he slapped my dick, okay? It ain't that damn funny. I don't know if y'all got grounded when y'all were kids like I did, but I can tell you, whenever I got grounded over some bullshit, I was figuring out some kind of way to annoy my parents. So I would go in my room and I'd play with that little backstop thing. That's what my dick did, just got my fucking revenge though. Now we both got dick juice on each other. You need friends like that in life. You do. Whenever I first started making a little bit of money, because I was working $300 a week before I went to a black cookout, hell, I could barely afford gas to get over there. Before I first started making money, getting them Facebook checks and shit, I didn't want to do what every other social media influencer does. I didn't want to go buy a Bentley. I didn't want to go, ice out my wrists and stuff like that. That's why I'm 2 chains, no bracelets. But, that's going to be on a t-shirt this year. I wanted to take my money that I was making, I wanted to invest it. I wanted to diversify among all avenues and try to create a stability in my life that I've never had before. Well, you need a business partner in life. So I only knew one person that wasn't going to ask a whole bunch of questions. So I called up Uncle Ronnie. All right? I called him up, I said, I need you to ride over to the house. He said, all right, rascal. That's it. He pulled up in the driveway and started walking toward the house. If y'all seen him walking around here tonight, you know how he walked. Just that's payback, bitch, for earlier, okay? He walked in, we're sitting at the kitchen counter. He says, all right, rascal, what you got? I said, I got a business proposition. He says, all right, I'm fucking in. I said, you don't know the proposition yet. You don't know what I'm trying to do. He said, I'm gonna be fucking in. I said, well, hang on a minute. Let me tell you what I'm trying to do. He said, all right, go ahead. I said, I want to buy a shrimp boat. He said, I'm fucking in. Now, keep in mind, now we live on the coast of Mississippi. Shrimping is a huge industry where we're from. People make millions down there. Problem with that. Me and Uncle Ronnie know nothing about shrimping, okay? Everything we know about shrimping, we learned from Forrest and Bubba. Well, we bought the boat and we went out there for our first time. We've been out there about 7 hours, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, we're kicking fucking ass. We really are. We got 9 shrimp. Now I know I'm a little bit far from saltwater right now, so I'm gonna give y'all a little layout of what a shrimp boat is. The front of the boat is the cabin. That's where the main steering wheel is, and that's where you sleep overnight. That's all that's used for. All the work is done on the back of a shrimp boat. You got a secondary steering wheel where the captain drives the boat whenever he's hauling trawls and dragging nets and stuff like that. Behind him, you have a big-ass plywood box. It's called a picking box. A picking box is used for when you bring the shrimp into the boat, because if y'all think for 1 second that when they come out of the Gulf of Mexico, they're all pretty and white and clean and shit, that's not how that shit fucking works. It comes out in a big-ass ball of mud that you have to take a 3-foot-long iron rake called a picking rake and rake the fucking shrimp out. And you find everything from license plates to bloody tampons to fucking Jimmy Hoffa and all that shit in there. Keep that picking rake in mind. It's going to play a big part in this story, okay? We're out there about 7 hours, and Uncle Ronnie ran out of beer about 35 seconds ago. And he looks over at me and goes, about time to go in, ain't it, rascal? I said, Uncle, we're going to make one more pull, and we're going to catch 450 pounds of shrimp on this one pull. He said, how the fuck are we going to do that, and why ain't we been doing it? I said, we're going to follow behind that commercial shrimping boat right there that just caught 2,000 pounds, and we're getting the fucking leftovers. He said, all right, one more pull, and here we go. Drop the trawls, drop the nets, here we go. I'm driving the damn boat. He is my first mate, bitch, fuck you, okay? That comment earlier struck me deep, okay? And we're driving. We're about 600 yards behind this commercial fishing boat, and I feel the back of the boat start to go down. And I looked at the riggings, and the riggings was getting tight. I said, oh yeah, we got him. No sooner did I turn my head to tell Unc that we got him, the most scared I've ever been in my life was bestowed upon me. Because in a second, I can no longer see out of my left eye, and I can no longer hear out of my left ear. And I can feel the blood running down the left side of my neck. I freaked the fuck out. I did. I took both of my hands over my face trying to keep what little brain matter I started with inside my fucking head. The only things that could have possibly happened was, one, the rigging had done broke and sliced half my face off, and I have seconds to live. I'm going to die at sea. I'm like George Clooney, okay? Or number two, the motor that I'm standing on has exploded, And now I'm going to star in the next Batman movie. But I fall back on the picking box and I put both of my hands over the left side of my face and I am screaming bloody murder. And Uncle Ronnie freaks the fuck out. He does. He runs up me like a mighty oak tree. He's got both of his feet on my chest and he's trying to deadlift my hands from my face. And he's screaming at me as I'm screaming, saying, Zach, you gotta let me see it, man. You gotta let me see it. I don't know what I can do to help you. Do I need to call the Coast Guard? What do I need to do? Let me see it. But my adrenaline is going so hard at this point that I can't hear him. I don't know what I'm doing. All I'm trying to do is just keep my blood in my brain because I know I'm about to die at sea. About 2 minutes into it, my adrenaline started to fade and my arm started to cramp and he is deadlifting both of my hands out from right here on my face. Finally, I feel my hands start to peel away from my face as the blood's starting to dry. And let me tell y'all something. The last thing in this world that you want while you're at sea, 60 miles from civilization, is the only other person on that boat that could possibly save you to start fucking laughing. Okay? And I'm not talking about just chuckling. This motherfucker is dying. I take my hand and I bring it over to the right side of my eye, like my right eye where I can see, and I realized real quick that the substance wasn't blood. But I don't know what it is. So I can feel it running, it's warm, I can feel it running down my neck. I reach over and I grab a bunch of it and bring it back over to my right eye, and I did like this. And I immediately knew what it was. Y'all, a damn seagull had done shit in my eye and in my ear. Simultaneously. I'm talking about he gave me the Mia Khalifa load. He really did. And Uncle Ronnie is dying, and I immediately went from scared to fucking mad. I'm talking about the only thing that could possibly measure up to how mad I was when Trump was cheated out of the fucking election. That's it. Well, I ran back there to our hall. I got all 9 shrimp that we had in the bucket. And I ran and jumped up on the gunwale of the boat, and I started baiting them son of bitches up, just like this right here. Every time one of them would swoop down to come get that shrimp, I'd grab that damn pick and rake, boom! I'd kill that son of bitch graveyard dead. Feathers went everywhere. I ran out of fucking shrimp. And not to mention, the whole time that I'm on my killing spree, Uncle Ronnie's back here going, Zach! Zach! I said, I don't, but he knows that motherfucker. I'm gonna send a message. I look off into the distance, and I can see 3 that got away because I ran out of bait. And I'm standing there, and I look down at my conquered foes. Feathers everywhere, bodies are floating past me. The water's red as the ancient rivers of Babylon. It really is. I'm standing there with my weapon of choice, my pick and rake, feeling like a whole redneck Leonidas. And I want to say something that will go down in the history books, something that they will etch in stone, something so badass that the world will remember me by this phrase. And for some reason, at that time, the only thing I could think of was, are you humble yet? We sold our shrimp boat, by the way. I hate the next part of this show. Because I don't like asking questions I already know the answer to, but for the sake of the show, I have to. Are y'all aware that I have a little nephew? These are the stories that will never make Facebook, okay? I love that little son of a bitch more than anything in this world. We're as tight as peas and carrots, we really are, but that little son of a bitch gets me in more shit than any other human on this planet. A couple weeks ago, he calls me up. He says, Uncle Zach, I need a favor. I said, all right, man, what you need? Uncle Zach do anything in the world for you. He said, will you come pick me up in the morning, take me to school in the boom boom? He calls my truck the boom boom, okay? Because it's got loud subwoofers in the back. It come from the factory. I'm not a douchebag anymore, okay? But what was happening was all of his friends had older siblings that were going to high school, and their older siblings were dropping them off in the car rider line, beating the block down. Well, his mom drives a Telluride, and that shit ain't exactly flexing, okay? He said, Uncle Zach, will you take me to school in the boom boom? So I'll tell you what, buddy. Ask your mama. If she says it's okay, I'll do it. Well, apparently he had me on speakerphone because I could hear her in the background go, yeah, go ahead, you can't fuck this up. Little did she know. Said, all right, man, I'll be at your house 6:45 in the morning. Said, okay, bye-bye. Hung up the phone. I said, well, hell, I'll get over about 6:25, 6:30. Go in and have a cup of coffee with my buddy, his daddy. So because I know for a fact that he's not going to be ready for school. If he's anything like me at all, he's not going to be ready for school. So about 6:30 the next morning, I'm riding down his road, and I look out by his mailbox, and this little son of a bitch looks like Billy Madison just sitting there, just ready to fucking go. So I ain't getting no coffee this morning. I pull it up. I said, you ready? He said, yes, sir. I said, get your little ass in this truck, you little bastard. He runs around there and hops in. As I look up at his house, his mom and dad sitting on the porch drinking coffee. I waved to his daddy, flipped off his mama, and off to school we went. I don't like that bitch. She don't like me either. We're going down the road, and I put on some of the music that was approved and shit, and we're beating the block down. I got the subs turned all the way up. I got the volume all the way up, and I look over at him thinking he's going to be really, really happy, and he's not. He's kind of just sitting there like this. I'm thinking, hell, I know these subs hit. Paid like $100,000 for this fucking truck. This something's better hit. I turned the music down. I said, what's wrong, buddy? He looks over at me and he goes, Uncle Zach, do you have any other music? Because apparently you can't beat the block down to the Paw Patrol theme song. All right? Well, he looks over at me and he goes, you have any more music? I said, hold up a minute there, rascal. You need to remember one thing. Uncle Zach was a gangster before I was a Christian, son. So I put on some of that old school, okay? Some of that shit from our day. Some of our days. I didn't play fucking Elvis, okay? Some of that shit from my day, let's put it that way. And we are beating the block down in the car rider line. I am flexing on all these little high school bitches because I got more money than they got. It was so bad they turned theirs off, okay? But I was respectful. Once I got up to where the teachers were meeting the kids at car riders, I turned it down where everything was going to be nice and humble and shit like that, where he could just get out of the truck. Well, he hopped out of the truck and he has the biggest smile on his face y'all have ever seen. He is living life at this point. He hops out of the truck and goes, Uncle Zach, that was amazing. Thank you so much. I said, ain't no thing, buddy. You know, Uncle Zach's got your back at all times. He goes, you coming over for supper tonight? I said, I'll be there, buddy, 7 o'clock. He goes, okay, I'm going to school, bye-bye, and runs inside. Well, I drive off, accomplished, with a sense that I don't get that often because I got to do something for little man and nothing went wrong. I thought. I made it to the office and poured me a cup of coffee. I was there maybe 45 minutes. I'm not even halfway through with the emails of the day. And my phone rings. It's his mom. I didn't answer. But right after that, his daddy called me. I said, fuck. Hello. Boy, what the hell did you do? I said, I ain't done shit. I'm at the office. He said, let me tell you a little story about what just done happened, son. Apparently, my little nephew's class was having a real hard time with their multiplication tables, okay? So his teacher, this cunt, oh, she is, decided that it was a good idea on the day that I brought little man to school to incorporate music into her lesson plan that she Googled in order to help the class remember their multiplication tables. So they walk into class, first thing, she calls on little Susie. Little Susie, come to the front of the class. Little Susie run her little happy ass up there. Teacher asked her, said, what's your favorite song? Little Susie says, Sand in My Boots by Morgan Wallen. Teacher said, that's a great song. I'm going to play just the music to that song. And I'm going to help you create a rhythm to help you remember your multiplication tables. Little Susie does great, gold fucking star, go sit down. Okay? Then she calls on little man. Little man, come to the front of the class. So he waddles his little fat ass up there and stands at the front of the class. I've been working with him on his public speaking, okay? Because I coached his all-star team this past year, or this summer, and he was elected captain. Well, I told him, I said, if you're going to be a captain, you're going to be a captain, all right? You're going to look people in the eye. You're going to talk with your chest out. You're going to act like you know what you're talking about. I'm trying to prepare him for life. I'm trying to prepare him to be successful in life and not turn into a fucking Democrat, okay? I'm doing everything I can. Well, he stands up there, chest out, and his teacher asked him, he said, little man, what's your favorite song? He said, I don't really have one. Teacher said, that's okay, baby, that's okay. What's the last song you listened to? He said, I don't know the name of it. She goes, that's okay, baby, that's okay. I probably know it. Can you sing it for me? So I'm talking about tight ass, chest out, in front of the entire class. My little nephew takes a deep breath and just belts it out. He goes, slob on my knob, like corn on the cob. I'm not invited for supper. I fucking knew you were doing this tonight. I just shut up and get up here. Let me tell y'all what's happening. Uncle Ronnie has one job on this tour. Shut the fuck up. You have one job. I know what you're finna. You have one job. Get on stage. He comes out and mingles with the crowd before the show. He gets to pick the shows that we do this next bit, because if we do it in certain venues, we get kicked out. Okay? But he come backstage. When he come backstage in the white jersey, I knew he was doing it tonight, so y'all motherfuckers must be cool as hell. That's all I can tell you. Sunday night crowd, I will tell y'all this, y'all are kicking ass. This is the best night on tour so far. So we're going to do this bit, and this has been told 5 times across the nation on the Forgotten Breed tour. Get off the stage, no. Get off the fucking stage, Ronnie! God! I just got through telling him, I hate him so much. He's got leverage on me right now. That's the only reason he still has a job, okay? Y'all just watch Facebook a couple months from now. You'll figure out what the leverage is. Go. Thank you, bye-bye. I just got through telling y'all I coached Little Man's all-star team this past year, right? Well, they made me head coach. Horrible decision on their point. It really was. But I told them, I said, if I coach, we're going to win. That's all we're going for. We're not going out there just trying to be a part of the team or get a number or anything like that. And I had a meeting with all of the parents beforehand. And I said, if your kid is not good enough to play, he will not play. He should have put down the controller and went and threw a fucking baseball. Simple as that. And I am working these kids so hard at practice, you would think they were playing for the damn Phillies. By the way, congratulations, y'all headed to the damn World Series. Yeah, the Braves lost. We suck. Well, we was out there practicing, and you would think I was running a D1 baseball team. I've got 4 groups. One's running poles, one's running bases, one's throwing weighted balls, and one's hitting a heavy bag with bats. I am wearing these kids out. Because I have one thing on my mind and one thing only, and it's going to this all-star tournament in 2 weeks and skull fucking these other teams, okay? That's what I was going to do. Well, the moms got together, and they thought it'd be cute, because apparently kids have a fucking choice now. When did kids get a choice? The only choice I had when I was a kid was to do what my parents said or go pick my own fucking switch. That's all I had. But now they thought it'd be cute if the kids had a choice. So all the moms got together and they decided that they were going to let the kids pick the names of the teams. I didn't give a shit if we were the purple polka dotted dildos as long as we were winning. Well, all the team captains got together. Little Man got elected captain. All the team captains got together and they met. And the little man came back up to me. He said, Coach Zach. I made him call me Coach. I said, yes, sir. He said, I talked to the team, and I think we have a name for the team. I said, all right, buddy, what is it? He said, we're going to be the Pineapples, because every team wanted to be named after fruit. I thought they were going to pick some badass names like we used to, the Dragons, the Giants, the Phillies, the Braves, something like that. Something to strive for. No, it was the grapes, the apples, the oranges, and the pineapples. That's what that was us. I said, all right, fine. I'll order the jerseys tomorrow. Ordered the jerseys. 2 weeks go by. We practice 5 days a week after school. Summer school for the kids. Look, if they're good athletes, they're not real fucking smart, okay? We're out there, first game of the tournament, skull fucked them. Not gonna lie to you, 10-run rule, first inning. All right. Second game, we're up by 33 in the fourth. They called the game. I refused to take my foot off the gas. I loved watching those kids from the other dugout crying. Because they need to learn that if you put in the work, you get rewarded. If you want to fuck around, you get your feelings hurt. Okay? Well, third game comes, and we are 1 game away from the championship. All right, and there's nobody at this tournament that can touch us. Third inning, little man comes up, bing, hits one over the left center fence. He comes by me, I'm coaching third. I give him a high five, slap on the butt, say, good job, buddy. He runs out, goes celebrates with the team. He goes to the dugout. 2 innings later, he comes back up. He hits one off the right field fence and hustles out a double. Now, his little fat ass is funny as shit to watch run. Y'all should see it. It's fucking amazing. But I told him and the rest of the team, the first person that lets up before you're safe on the bag, you're going to run poles the rest of the damn tournament. So every one of them are scared to death of me. I like that. Next kid comes up, gets hit by a pitch. Well, they're throwing 42 miles an hour. It don't hurt that fucking bad. He falls down like a sack of potatoes, and I left him there. But here comes his mama from the stand. My baby, my baby. I was like, time. The little man, come here. He runs over to me. I said, all right, look, we got 2 outs. All right, crack of the bat, you're scoring. Do not let up. I'm sending you home. I don't care where it's at. We need 1 more run. He said, yes, sir. I said, all right. I went back to look at the little kid rolling around in the dirt. The little man's still standing there. What? He said, you didn't tell me good job on my hit. I said, I'm not telling you good job for going and doing what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to hit the ball. I told you good job when you exceeded expectations and hit a home run. Get your little fat ass back on second base and score this run. He goes, yes, sir. He runs back out to second base. Kid finally makes it to first base. There's an hour and a half fucking delay. Next kid comes up, hits one between the second baseman's legs, and I am sending little man home. And he's as hard as he can, just rolling. Okay? He ran so far past home plate, he face planted the fence. He couldn't stop. He was like a little Mack truck. And finally, a sense of relief come over me, and something clicked, because apparently at that moment I knew that we were fitting to win this tournament. As he's walking back to the dugout, I realized I never really asked why we were the Pineapples. So I said, little man, come here. He runs over to me and goes, did I do something wrong, Coach Zach? I said, no, buddy, I just got a question for you. He said, okay. Why are we the Pineapples? Without missing a beat, and apparently this little bastard caught his breath. He looked me square in the eye and he goes, because we swingers, Uncle Zach, that's why. That one went over my head when I ordered these jerseys, okay? But the mamas learned you can't give kids a choice. The reason we wear the jerseys on tour, I'm going to let y'all know this. I am very proud of little man. He is following in my footsteps. All he wants to do in life is help people. About a month ago, we got a call from the school that little man wasn't eating lunch. And we were giving him lunch money. We give him book fare money and all that type of stuff. And I'd always slide him a little something extra, you know, because I'm the cool uncle. But he wasn't eating lunch. And I thought he was battling something like I battled back in the day. That somebody done made fun of him for being a little bit overweight. Turns out little man was giving his lunch money to a kid that didn't have any, that wasn't on the free lunch list. All he wants to do is help people. And he come up to me and he said, Uncle Zach, you laughed really hard about our jerseys. He has no idea what a swinger is, by the way. He doesn't. He thought it was a baseball term. He saw it on TikTok. He said, you laughed really hard about our jersey. Do you think some of the people that follow you would laugh too? I said, buddy, I guarantee you they're going to fucking laugh. He said, well, I have an idea. I said, all right, man. He said, why don't you take some of our jerseys and your jersey on tour and wear it on stage? If somebody wants to buy it, or one of the away jerseys, we can donate all the money to buy toys for the kids with cancer during Christmas. I was like, that's a fantastic idea. So just my pitch, if anybody wants my stage worn or a away jersey at the merchandise booth, we don't do this in every city, but y'all have been fucking amazing. Give yourselves a round of applause. Now back to that little bastard, okay? He was over at the house this summer. And it's one of them days in South Mississippi, it's 106 degrees, 200% humidity. And I can tell y'all right now that I don't do this very often, but I let him stay inside. I told him, I said, buddy, you don't need to play outside today. It's too hot. Play Xbox, play on your tablet, watch TV. Uncle Zach's got to go fix this damn mailbox for the homeowners association to fix me. But I figured out a way to give them one more fuck you. And I refused to weed eat around my mailbox, so I just mixed up a bunch of Roundup, and I was going to go kill the grass and make it brown around it, just to piss them off. I went out there doing that, but I mixed up way too much fucking Roundup. So I said, all right, I'm already out here sweating like a whore in church. I'm going to go ahead and round up the rest of the yard. So I'm out there spraying, and I hear my door open, and I turn around and look at this little man. And he walked out to his spot in the yard. Now, he has a spot in the yard that he knows he's not allowed to go past. If he goes past that spot, it's way too close to the road. I will beat that ass. I really will. He scares me. And he's staying there. I said, he'll get bored in a minute. I've already got this sumbitch pumped up. So I'm spraying around all my bushes and stuff like that. About 15 minutes goes by. I can see his little ass baking in the sun over there. He's sweating through his shirt. And I said, damn. Put it down, went over there. I said, little man, what you got? He goes, Uncle Zach, I need a job. I said, you need a job? You're going to end up with a job one day, buddy. What you want one for now? He goes, I want to buy a toy. I said, okay. You want Uncle Zach to buy you a toy, or you want to buy you a toy? He said, no, sir, I want to work for it. I like that. I said, all right, buddy, I got a flower bed right there. Uncle Zach pulled the bushes out of about 2 days ago. I'm too fat and too old to get on my hands and knees and pull the weeds and the leaves and shit like that out of there. If I give you a pair of gloves, can you clean out that flower bed? He said, yes, sir. For 2 hours, y'all, this kid is on his hands and knees. That flower bed looked immaculate. I was so proud of it. So I went over to him when he was done. I said, come on, boy, we got to get showered up. We got to be at your house for supper, and we got to run by Walmart and get you a toy. The little motherfucker is a hustler. Okay? After we got in the truck on the way to Walmart on the way down there, I said, fuck. I never really told him how much I was going to spend on a toy. And in my mind, he's going to want an iPad or an Xbox or something like that. And I didn't specify, so I'm going to have to do it. So I finally worked up the courage, and I looked over at him and I said, all right, little man, what kind of toy you going to get? He said, I want a Super Soaker. I said, fuck yes! Finally, a kid that doesn't want an electronic. Finally. I still have a Super Soaker. I shoot hornet's nests with them. In my neighbor's house. She's the queen of the HOA, in case you were wondering. We get there, and we walk in, and we go to the Super Soaker aisle. And I have to get a couple for him off the top shelf that he can't reach, and he puts them all at eye level on the shelf down bottom of him. Well, I've done played with every toy back here that still has battery life to it, so I got bored. I went back over to him and said, all right, little man, which one are you going to get? And it's an obvious choice. He's got a really badass, like M16 Super Soaker right here, water gun. And he's got another one sitting here. He says, Uncle Zach, I really like this one. But if I get this one, it's got 2 pistols and me and my dad can play together. Fuck! So I tell you what, buddy, you did such a good job, you need to be rewarded. Why don't you just get 2 of them big ones? Somehow that little bastard climbed up 2 damn flights of, grabbed another one. He had both of them big ones sitting right behind each other. He just pulled them off and grabbed both of them. I said, all right, then, motherfucker. I see how you working. But you can't kill the smile on this kid's face. He is so excited. He's got both of them under each arm. They're dragging behind him because they're taller than he is. Okay? And we're headed toward the checkout counter. And I can hear him. He's mumbling something, but I don't know what he's saying. But I don't really care either because he's so happy. I thought he might be singing. We get all the way to the register. He's so excited, he's shaking. He will not give the water guns to the lady to scan out. She's got to walk around with the gun and scan both of them. He won't let them go. And he's still repeating the same phrase over and over and over. Finally, I heard what it was. He said, now we can protect ourselves. Now we can protect ourselves. I'm like, I must have heard that wrong. So we got in the truck, and he insisted on having both of them sitting on his lap in the front seat. And he's shaking and trembling, and he keeps on saying it. Now we can protect ourselves. Now we can protect ourselves. I said, what are you saying, boy? He said, Uncle Zach, now we can protect ourselves. I was like, them are water guns. Kid's got an imagination, let him run with it. I thought he was just playing. We pull up to the house, and he jumps out of that truck and haul asses to the front steps. Now, I'm running right behind him because he is running with everything he's got to get inside. And I don't want him to fall down the steps. He throws the front door open and runs into the kitchen. His dad is sitting at the table. His mom's cooking supper. He takes the first gun. He slams it in front of his dad. He says, Daddy, look what I got. His dad goes, damn, boy. Uncle Zach buy you that? He said, no, sir, I worked for it. And I got one, too. He said, man, that's cool. Now we can play together. Little man goes, no, Daddy. Now we can protect ourselves. Well, his dad looked at him with the same damn thing that I looked at him with. Said, protect ourselves. Son, you too old to play make-believe. These are water guns. I got real guns. He goes, no, Daddy. I heard you on the phone with Uncle Zach last night, and you said you hate it so much when Mama squirts on you, so now you can squirt her back. I didn't get to stay for dinner. You figure as many dinners as I missed, I'd be a little bit skinnier. But I ain't never gonna knock anybody's hustle. I'm really not. My mom is one of the greatest women I've ever met in my entire life. She took over all of my businesses. Every one of them. She runs Triple B, she runs the Facebook monetization, the Instagram, the TikTok, the YouTube, all that shit. She runs all my charities. She literally makes it to where me and Uncle Ronnie get the fuck off and go play golf every day. It's amazing. But my mom is so anal that she won't let anybody else help her. She wants to do everything herself because that way she knows that it's right. She won't even let me help her. It's my company. My name's on the ownership papers. Doesn't feel like it. About a month ago, she called me up. She goes, son, I need some help. I said, Mama, whatever it is short of taking a dick in the ass, I'll do it, okay? She goes, can you come down to the office? And I'm on my way. So I run down to the office and I walk in. And she's got 3 brown paper bags sitting on her desk. Apparently, my mom, my Aunt Mimi, and them 2 girls out there at that merchandise booth, my sister and Maggie, have started a side business to making some extra money. I told her, I said, Mama, do y'all need a raise or something? She goes, no, we don't want anything given to us. We want to do this and try to make ourselves some extra money. I said, okay. She goes, I said, what do you need from me? She goes, you see these 3 bags? They need to be delivered. Now, I stapled the address to the front of each of them. What she didn't say was she also already stapled pictures of the fucking houses that they go to, because I don't think she has a lot of faith in me. I really don't. She goes, will you please go deliver these for me? I've got Second Amendment shirts and subscription boxes got to go out today. I said, yeah, I'm on my way. I'm gone. So I grab all 3 bags, run into my truck, throw 2 of them in the passenger seat, 1 of them on the center console. I type in the address and I'm headed to the first house. Thank God she put the picture of that fucking house on there. They look a lot alike. They really do. I pulled up, and as I'm walking up the driveway, I called my mom. I said, Mama, do I need to knock on the door or ring the doorbell or anything? She goes, no. They don't know you. You might scare them. They're older. Just leave it on the porch and I'll call them and let them know that it's there. I said, okay, no problem. So I dropped it off, went back to the truck. Threw the second one up on the center console, typed in the address. Driving off, I feel like I'm finally getting to help out my mom. Well, every small town in America has that one curve in it that if you don't know that some bitch is coming, you fit to go out through them trees, all right? Well, I was too worried about trying to make sure I didn't miss my turn, and I took a right-hand turn a little bit too fast, and the bag fell over and busted in my lap. Apparently, my mama, my aunt, and them two bitches out there working my merchandise place have done got hooked up with this company called Pure Romance, okay? And now sitting in my lap is a 12-inch long black dildo, and I don't know what to do with my hands. I ain't gonna lie to y'all, curiosity got the best of me. It did, because I wanted to see exactly what kind of peckers I was peddling, all right? So I went to digging. Men, the next thing I brought out of that bag had 9 ball bearings, 3 grease fittings, and a 1 horsepower motor on this motherfucker, okay? I now know, men, why we can't pleasure a woman, okay? We can do a lot with what God gave us. I cannot make the head of my dick do this. I tried. And apparently size don't matter at all, because the next sumbitch that I brought out was this fucking big, but it will rattle your fucking teeth out if you accidentally turn it on, okay? And this is all coming out of the first bag. You think I ain't opening up that second one? Because the delivery day is fucking over with, y'all. It's done. Apparently, in order to satisfy a woman these days, I need to become a farmer. Because I reached in that third bag, and the first thing that I brought out looked like an ear of fucking corn. I know I'm in corn country, but I cannot compete with corn on the cock. I really can't. I took all of them damn peppers and put them back in them bags, all right? Because I'm doing pretty well in life. I'm really happy with the way that my life is going. I cannot be seen slinging dick around my hometown. Especially if it's not mine. I raced back to that office. I Bo-Duke power slid into my parking spot. And I grabbed all of them peckers. I've got a handful of dicks. I do. And I walked into that office. And she was on the phone. As soon as I turned the corner, she looked at me and she goes, I'm on the phone with the customer. So I don't give a single fuck. I took them bags about that high above that desk and I just dropped them. Dicks went everywhere. I looked at her and said, I don't love your ass that much. Oh, she said, well, you can use it for the show. I said, oh no, they're gonna know about it. Trust me. They're gonna fucking know. Oh shit. I gotta ask y'all a question. Y'all about over this COVID shit? Yeah. Show of hands, who has COVID? Who has had COVID? I'm sorry. Me too. We're still here. Shut the fuck up about it. I'm done listening to the news. Okay, really. But me being who I am in my profession and me just funny shit happening to me all the fucking time for no reason, COVID affected me in the funniest way possible. It constipated me. And I'm not talking about light constipation. I mean, I'm more toward like petrification, y'all. I ain't shit in like 7 days. I am hurting. So I did the same thing that every man does when he don't feel good. Went to my mama's house. I knocked on the door, she opened the door, she goes, what you need, baby? I said, Mama, I can't poop. She said, come on in, baby, I got you something. We went to the kitchen. She reached in the fridge and she handed me this big ass plastic bottle called Pedialyte. She goes, here, baby, you're dehydrated. You need to drink this. I said, Mama, I'm not a baby no more. She said, drink it or I'm shoving it up your fucking ass now. Yes, ma'am. Well, just like I thought, I did it to humor her. Nothing happened. I said, fuck this. Next day, I'm ramping it up a little bit. So I went over to my sister's house. Knocked on the door. Ding, ding, ding. She opened the door, she goes, what the fuck do you want? Says, sister, I can't poop. She goes, you're a child. I said, I know this and so do you, help me. She goes, go inside and sit on the couch, let me run to the dollar store and get you something. So I went in there and I was watching Swamp People. I heard her pull back up and I met her in the hallway. She walks in and she gives me this bottle. It's about that tall, glass bottle about that big around. All right, it's called magnesium citrate. Y'all heard of it? She goes, here, this is gonna make you go to the bathroom. But look, it tastes like ass, okay? So let me get you a bottle of water to wash it down with. I said, okay. So she walked to the kitchen, she came right back, she handed me a bottle of water. I handed her an empty bottle of magnesium citrate. I'm the only one that didn't know that wasn't a serving size. The fucking bottle's this big, y'all. I handed her the bottle, she goes, where'd it go? I said, this is a serving size, right? She goes, you need to go home now. I said, for what? She goes, because you're not doing that shit here. So she has me totally convinced that I'm fitting to blow the world up. Like it's fitting to happen. So I race home, walk in the door, get butt-ass naked because I am convinced that if I do get the shit, it's going to be a war and I'm going to need a shower afterwards, okay? I get butt-ass naked and I go sit in my chair. And I have sat there for hours, y'all. Nothing happened. I told y'all I was in a bind. I said, fuck this. Next day, I'm bringing out the big guns. Called Beagle. Said, hey boy, he goes, what's up, Hoss? I said, look, I need you to come pick me up. He said, I'm on the way. No questions asked. He's just on the way. He pulls up in the driveway. I go hop in the truck and he said, where are we going? I said, hospital. On the way to the hospital, I told him what was going on and he cannot stop fucking laughing. We get to the emergency room. We walk in there. I'm filling out paperwork in the waiting room. He cannot stop fucking laughing. Finally, they call us back to the room, and he is crying laughing at this point. He thinks this is the funniest shit ever, okay? The doctor walks in. He goes, Mr. Rushing? I said, yeah, what's up, doc? He said, I'm having a little bit of problem deciphering your ailment here. All you wrote down was locked up. I said, yeah, doc, let me tell you how this is fitting to go. You gonna take me in that shiny room in there, put me face down, ass up, give me some of that laughing gas, take the sharpest pocket knife you got around you, split my asshole in half, pull this damn Wilson football out, sew my ass back up, and pull me on my damn way, okay? His jaw dropped. He said, Mr. Rushing, that is not a procedure. I said, blaze a trail, doc, you might get fucking published, okay? He said, no, we're going to give you some pills. I said, I don't want no fucking pills. I want to take shit. He said, Mr. Rushing, if you have not gone to the restroom in the next 24 hours, we will look at other options. I said, okay, but I'm coming back for you. Okay. Well, Beagle drops me back off at the house. I go inside and I get butt-ass naked again because it's my thing now. And I go sit in my recliner. Now, I am a total bitch when it comes to taking pills. I have learned on my 31 years on this earth that if I take a pill and I put it in my mouth, I have exactly 2.3 seconds to drink something before that nasty pill taste gets in my mouth. You know what I'm talking about? I took one of these pills the doctor gave me, put it in my mouth. No sooner did my eyeballs do this to look for my bottle of water, a message come from my brain to my mouth. Get it out, get it out. Gone. That is the nastiest shit I have ever put in my mouth ever, and I ate out a Mexican girl one time, okay? I reached over and I grabbed that damn pill bottle, and I looked at it, and the first line on this pill bottle said, prior to inserting into anus, it ain't damn funny. Y'all, this jank-ass doctor done gave me some suppositories, all right? I don't know what all you pure romance bitches do, but that shit's exit only I got, okay? But I am in a bind. I am. Like, I have not shit in like 8 days. I am officially hurting at this point. So I did the only thing I knew to do. I called up the only person that might know something about doing some butt stuff. I called up Jesse Payton, okay? He went to prison. He might know. He can't stop fucking laughing, okay? So I said, fuck this, hung up the phone. I watched the movie Get Hard with Will Ferrell and Kevin Hart in it, and I tried to teach myself how to keister, okay? I learned, after many failed attempts, that if you were to take one of them pills and put it on your index finger, and you put it right up against your chocolate starfish, to the show too. How's it going? I gotta get it out. Hang on. If you take one of these pills and you press it ever so gently against your chocolate starfish and you hiccup, it swallows that motherfucker, right? The only side effect is once it swallows that motherfucker, you immediately turn into Kermit the Frog. Ass clenched, chest clenched up like that right there. So I stiff-legged waddle back to my chair, and I sit down. This is great. Awesome. This is a first for me. And I'm trying to get my mind off of it, so I start scrolling. I went to the bottom of Facebook. I went to the bottom of Instagram. You can only watch so many low self-esteem, big-titted women on TikTok shake their tits for views until you get bored with it, y'all. I was finna kick it old school. I was looking for a damn shampoo bottle to read the back of or some shit. I really was. But I'm waiting on some shit to happen. And the only thing that I got left to read, I look over, and there's that fucking pill bottle. This shit worked out so well last time, let's read some literature. So I grabbed that pill bottle, and in very small writing on the bottom of it, it said, for enhanced effects, incorporate movement while inserting. Why the fuck not? I got a river rock in my ass, let's go run a 5K. But I am fucking hurting, y'all. Like, I am in pain. And I've got to give this every chance to work. So I stood up and I started walking laps around my kitchen island. But I tried to make it fun. I did, because after about 8 laps, I got bored and I started making funny sounds. I was like, Russians on the outside, Earnhardt's going low. One of them's going to have to come in for a pit stop pretty soon. I know that one's got gas. I mean, I was rolling with it. I really was. Made it to lap 43. Y'all might have forgot, but I'm doing all this naked as a jaybird, okay? Made it to lap 43. And I stepped on something. I don't have a single clue when it came out. But now I've got a poo-poo pill on my right big toe. I said, fuck this. My sister last year for Christmas bought me a damn treadmill because she thought I'd use it. It's for sale. But I took it and I put it in my man cave, which has the highest baseboards in my house. I put that bitch on 10% incline, 3.6 miles an hour. I took that pill bottle and I put it right where the Gatorade bottle is supposed to go on the treadmill. I spread my damn legs on both sides, letting it get up to speed, grabbed one of them pills, and I started walking. About every 3.5 to 4 minutes, if somebody should just ease his way out, I'd hear it hit the baseboard, I never broke stride. Right back walking. I am sweating my ass off. I made it to 42 minutes and 13 seconds. And a beautiful, beautiful thing happened. One of them some bitches dropped in the chamber. And you know exactly what I'm talking about, the feeling I'm talking about. It ain't one of them ones like, I need to go to the bathroom. It's one of them ones like, I gotta shit, move, bitch. Now, during my tormented 8 to 9 days, I can't remember exactly how long it was, I had took necessary precautions because I am a redneck. I went down to the Home Depot, and I went to the handicap section. You might get this. No, I'm just messing with you. And I got me 2 of them handicap stall bars for power squeezing, and I have installed them on both sides of my commode. Because I am convinced that this is fitting to be a war. So I ran to the other side of the house and I sat down, and no sooner did I got right there, I heard tink. I said, that one didn't dissolve. And I'm sitting there and I'm trying to hype myself up because I know what I got in store. I do. I know what's fitting to come. I was like, Zach, 35 pounds ago in 12 years, you were a D1 athlete. You remember what it's like to be in the trenches. You know how to go to war. Do this one time. Be a champion the rest of your life. So I reached over there and I grabbed that damn handle just like Lane Frost. I reached over here and grabbed this one like Tough Hedeman, and I gave her the old college try one time. That turner come out just far enough to go, fuck you, went right back inside. I said, oh, nay. I've done seen your ass now. You are no longer a figment of my imagination. This is 4th and inches, homecoming game. You might get laid tonight and see some titties. Here we go. One more time for the home team. Now some bitch come out about that far. And I felt it trying to creep its way back in there. But I am completely spent at this point, y'all. I am in a bind. I have no more energy left in me at all. 0, none. And it's fitting to disappear into Narnia again. Okay? So I had to make an executive decision. The hardest decision I've ever made in my life. But I made it and I'm not sorry for it. You want to know what I did? I reached back there and I grabbed that motherfucker just like this right here. I am now in a shitty situation. My big ass is laying sideways on the commode and I got a steak pickle in my strong hand. And not only did I work up a sweat from walking for 42 damn minutes, I done exerted all of the rest of my energy trying to squeeze this damn thing out. And now I'm laying cross-legged on the commode and I can feel my fat ass self slipping and sliding down the commode seat. And the ground is getting closer. I'm laying on it just like this right here, trying to balance. Every time I take a breath, I'd lose a half inch of real estate. I said, Zach, you got to do it now, buddy, if you're going to do it. Give it everything you got. One more time for the extra point. I gave it everything I had. I said, huh! Nothing happened. The only thing that happened was when I flexed my abs, where my abs are supposed to be, okay? I slid off the commode and I'm headed toward the floor. In a feat of desperation, I ripped the sumbitch out of me and just slam dunked it in the fucking toilet, okay? Apparently, the size of that Wilson football that I just pulled out of my big ice was pressed up against my spinal cord. Because now I am in complete and total paralysis on this ground. One more thing about that certain individual turd that will go down in history books. Apparently it was a plug because now involuntarily my asshole is doing this. And I cannot move. The only thing I can move is my eyeballs. I am in the fetal position, laid beside the commode. The only thing I can do is look up at the vanity lights and watch the poo particles just cascade down upon me. But I did not give a single flying fuck about it, okay? Because I had finally got some relief. I would have laid there until the cows come home, as long as I finally got to take a shit. Everything's going great. I don't know how long I was down there for. I didn't give a fuck. I was lost in space and time. I am perfectly fine with the way that my life is going at this point. And then I heard something. Sounds like this. Zach! Beagle's home. He walks in and my eyeballs get about as big as cue balls. But I can't move, and the whole time my asshole is still. I heard him walk to the end of the foyer. He goes, "What the fuck is that sound?" "Zach, you home?" I tried to holler at him, but the only thing that come out was. He walks to the kitchen. He said, "No, they ain't coming from in here." I heard his boots on the hardwood as he walked back toward the guest bathroom. "Zach, you here, buddy? Is that you in the bathroom?" I can hear his boots come closer to the door. And the only thing that happened was my asshole quit going, and it just turned into a rattler tail off. It was like, he gets to the edge of the door, and I'm like panicking at this point, but y'all think I'm shitting y'all. I can't move. He opens the door and he looks down, and he sees his best friend in all of my glory, butt ass naked in the fetal position, just pressure pooping the damn tub. He looks at me confused. And then he cracks a smile. He said, "I bet your ass is humble now." I always try to end my show a little bit different than most people do. If you follow me on social media, which I know you do, or you wouldn't fucking be here. You know when I post a video, you never know what you're going to get. I might make you laugh, I might make you cry, I might make you, I always try to make you think. I do. Most of you know that I lost my dad last year on March 10th to kidney failure. And my dad was a great man. He made me into the man I am today. But he was one of them old hard-ass rednecks. He was. He always told me he loved me, but he never told me he was proud of me until about 12 months before he died. He was proud of me because I took a platform that was based around comedy, and I was able to help people with it. And he was extremely happy about the amount of work that I do with the veterans in this country that protected our ass that we're not taking care of. We lost 13 soldiers wrongfully recently. And because of the people in this room, and a lot of y'all don't know this, but I see Triple B hats, just like mine, all over the room and stuff like that. I see shirts. Y'all don't know this, but every item that is bought from Triple B makes a donation to a veteran to make sure that they live a worthy life compared to what they actually gave for us. So anybody that's ever supported me at the booth, online, at shows, don't matter. I want to tell y'all thank you from the bottom of my heart. We are making a difference in this world. Thank y'all. We're going to get back to this just a second, but I just remembered this. I was supposed to do this way earlier in the show. Y'all might have seen my latest video about my raffle that I'm doing for the kids with cancer. The 30 guns in 30 days. Them tickets sold out in 56 minutes. Okay, they did. I had a feeling that I had one more show because they're trying to cancel me. I figured one show out of this weekend and I was going to do something special. There is 50 remaining tickets to that raffle, and every one of them guns is 100% going to give a kid a present on Christmas. If y'all want any tickets, y'all, this is the only place in the nation y'all can buy them. They're at the booth, but they've been hidden all night. If y'all want one, get one from there. I really appreciate it. With them 13 soldiers and the amount of support that y'all have given me and all of my endeavors, we were able to buy 13 monuments and put in their hometowns that didn't come from the government as a fucking apology. I remember the last time I ever saw my dad. He stayed in the ICU for 61 days and battling kidney failure. Every day I would go see him that they would let me in. We always talk about the same stuff. I tell him, say, man, you got to hurry up and get better. You got to hurry up and get better, man. We got fish to catch. We got deer to kill. We got a life to live. And he always tell me the same thing. He said, I'm trying, buddy. I said, I know, man. Just don't give up on me. He said, I ain't giving up on you. The last time I ever saw my dad, things went a little bit different because he knew he was dying and I didn't know. I wasn't ready to lose my dad. I walked in there and we talked about hunting and fishing and all the stories and the things that we've done. And I went over to him like I do every time. Right when I went to go leave, when the visiting hours were over with, and I grabbed his hand, one of the man handshakes, reached in, I kissed his forehead, told him, I said, man, I love you. He said, I love you too, buddy. I said, I'll see you tomorrow. He says, okay. And as I'm walking out of the room, he would always tell me this same phrase. Now, it started to piss me off because he was telling me that phrase after he told me he loved me. So one day I asked him, I said, man, why do you always tell me that after you tell me you love me? He said, because just in case something scary happens, buddy, I want that to be the last thing you ever heard from me. I said, I can respect that. I can. Well, after 61 days, it become a little bit of a tradition. The last time I went in there, I did the same thing. We talked about hunting and fishing. I went over to give him a kiss on the forehead, told him I loved him. He told me he loved me, and I walked out the room. Well, I got 15 foot out the room, and I stopped. I was like, that motherfucker didn't tell me. I walked back in the room, and he was smiling ear to ear. He said, I knew you'd be back. I said, we can't break tradition, big man. You ain't going to say it today? He said, no, son. I want you to tell me. I said, man, that's your thing. He goes, I just want to make sure that you heard me. I want to make sure that if something ever happens to me, which he knew he was dying, he knew that was his last night on earth. He said, I want to make sure that no matter how bad things get, that you have this etched in stone in your brain where you can help people with it. And that phrase has helped me in my life. It has completely turned around my entire life. No matter how dark a cloud is, it has shown me that there's always a silver lining. No matter how bad your situation is, no matter what you're addicted to, it taught me that you can learn. You can lean on your friends, your family, and God, and you can get through it. So if it's okay with y'all, I would like to share the last words I ever said to my father with y'all, in the hopes that maybe y'all can take it with you, share it with your families, or something like that to make a huge difference in their lives like it did mine. I walked back into the room, and I said, all right, man, you really want me to tell you? He said, yeah, buddy. So I gave him one more last kiss on the forehead. And I told him I loved him. He told me he loved me. He used all of his last little bit of strength to pull me in close. His mouth was right here, and my mouth was right against his ear. He said, okay, son, make me proud one more time. I said, you ready, buddy? He said, yes, sir. Last words I ever said to my daddy. Take it with you if you don't take nothing else from this show. And I want to thank y'all for letting me be on tour with y'all. But the last words I ever said to my dad was, fuck Joe Biden. Y'all, I'm Zach Rush, and I'm out of here. Y'all have been amazing. Thank y'all for an amazing year.
Keep it going for Zach Rush, y'all. Did we have a good time tonight, Millersville? Hell yeah. All right, everybody take a seat real quick. I'm going to tell you what's going on now. So here's what we're going to do. If you got a meet and greet with Zach, stay seated. He's going to come right out here in about 10 minutes. So keep your seats. The rest of you, if you want to buy a meet and greet, I think you can do that at his merch table. And I'm going to be out there also. I do want to say one thing. We got into some trouble. He told you about the cancellation that they tried to put on us. And he wanted to shut it down, but he wasn't going to not do Millersville, man. So he made it a point to come here and to interview. I Googled y'all and I didn't want to come. No, I'm kidding. I had a fucking blast. This was this isn't even hyperbole. I've done 1,000 shows in my career. Never have I had more fun than I did on this goddamn stage tonight. Thank you guys for coming. Y'all come see me after the show. Meet and greet with me. It's fucking free. We gotta come see you out there. Millersville, y'all are dope. I love y'all. Good night.